Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Marc, it's Bryon. It's a Wednesday. It's a
Ooh.
Wednesday show because the first 2 days of the week were crazy busy for both of us. And today isn't much better, but we're going to wedge this in and get you guys a show this week because the plan was to unveil someone's shaved face. But somebody's very busy and couldn't take the time to shave his face because it takes a long, long time to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
do it after today. And
he's
when
going
we
to
do
unveil it on the first live person-to-person show.
our first show back in the studio,
Yes.
that's when I'm gonna do it.
First show back in the bunker. Because
Yeah.
Brian's been
Well,
growing that beard since we left the bunker. So
we won't be in the bunker though. The
we'll
bunker is
be
this
in
room.
it's the building is the bunker, not like the room that we were in. It's the whole complex.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see what the studio looks like.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be on like one table,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
desk? I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring my laptop with me.
Yeah. I was gonna do the same.
That's exciting, Mark.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Also, we can unveil the next East of the River comic book show, June
Yes.
25th.
Yes. And the next Manchester show is when?
I thought you were going to tell me. It's in
No.
June. It's in the first
June 5th?
July. It's the first weekend of July. Let me check my calendar.
Andrew put it up.
You didn't have me prepared for that, Marcus. East of the River's June 25th,
Yeah.
and I think his is going to be July 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. But why don't you confirm?
I will.
While you're confirming, I will also mention this Sunday is the last Enfield market at the Enfield Mall, 10
Yes.
a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yes, last indoor market, correct.
Yes. Well, it's the last one of the year. Hopefully they'll do it again in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you confirm, Mark?
I'm confirming as we speak.
I'm confirming. So the reason we wanted to record today because we got a sneak preview of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
We wanted to talk about that. I did watch Mando episode 3. I haven't watched the one that dropped today yet. Other than that, Marcus, before we get into Mando and Dungeons and Dragons, and I know you're still confirming. It seems like it's a lot of confirming going on here.
July 23rd.
Okay, so it's the end of July.
So the next month.
Nice.
So there's a big enough spread there. You won't be like you'll have time to reload your wares.
Well, also July 2nd would be a bad weekend because it's 4th of July weekend.
Yes. Correct.
So I would say I lost my train of thought. So that's when that's happening. And then this Sunday, last
talking
market,
about Dungeons and Dragons, we got to see that on Sunday with the guys.
I talked about
Everyone
that.
but Bobby was able to go with us. Thanks to Jeff Bezos and the good folks at Amazon Prime for putting that out for Prime members.
Well, let's be honest. Jeff Bezos doesn't even know what's going on in his own company.
I know. He has no idea.
But it was awesome, and Bobby would have loved it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this movie. Before we get to Mando and Dungeons and Dragons, though, why don't we talk about how was your week, Marcus? Anything you did worth talking about?
Yeah, it was good. We did this is my niece's birthday over the weekend, so we did a little get together on Saturday for that. Hung out with them and celebrated her 13th birthday. She's now a teenager.
Wow.
So that was a thing. This is very weird doing the show with you eating. Just so you
like
know.
that?
It's very strange. Hopefully we'll never have this happen again because it's very disturbing.
Distracting? You like it?
It's like a paranoia thing of waiting for food to fall into that beard of doom. But anyways, yeah. So that happened on over the weekend, and during the week, just regular stuff, nothing crazy. Kind of just catching up on some shows that I haven't watched in a while.
Oh yeah.
Finished up
Anything?
the series finale of Carnival Row, the Orlando Bloom show that's on Amazon Prime. That was pretty good. Got back into His Dark Materials, the Will McAvoy show that's on HBO Max. That's like a fantasy show. It's like I think it's I'm pretty sure it's the like another version of the Golden Compass kind of thing. Remember the old Nicole Kidman movie that they put out? That was like one movie and then never did anything else again. But yeah, so that's pretty good. That's been going pretty good. I'm behind on that, so catching up on that. And then yeah, watch the first episode of Ted Lasso, season 3.
Yeah, how was that?
They're right. They're great. That's Ted Lasso. You can't go wrong. If you're into Ted Lasso, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I find them
Well,
funny, and it's good times.
well, I'm just asking you as a fan, you liked it. It was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
There's not much else going on. Pretty quiet. Nothing really crazy going on. It's kind of a lull in the action, so to speak. Still dealing with Claire's finally off the cane from her broken leg, so she's getting around a little bit better with just the boot on.
that's good.
Yeah, and then just kind of do you have to be eating during the show?
I'm almost done. Hold on.
The most disturbing thing. It's so hard to talk.
All right, I'm
Watch
done.
jam rice and vegetables into your mouth, and then watching it fall into your beard. It's very
It didn't
disturbing.
fall. My beard was fine.
It like a couple times stuff fell out of your fork and into your beard, and then right back into the bowl again,
Nothing fell into my beard, dude.
and right back into the bowl.
Well, you know,
You
that's
could
a
feed the
circle.
ferret that's living inside your beard.
It's a circle of life, my friend.
It's something, all right.
Um,
But how about you? How's things been going with you? What you been up to?
I'm almost finished with Party Down, season 2.
Nice.
And I love that show, and I am very excited to get my 7-day free trial of Stars so I can watch season 3. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a great show. Season 3 has a really fun cameo from the Gutenberg.
Yes, I heard about that. I haven't watched it yet. We're still in season 2 ourselves, so
It's really good. Allison and me finished season 4 of Buffy, and wow. It was awesome. An awesome season. We're going to start season 5 tonight. First season of Angel was actually got better, I thought, with time. It started off a little iffy, but it's enjoyable nonetheless. And not only did we see Pedro Pascal in Buffy a couple weeks ago, we saw Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye fame. He played a bad guy in Angel, a young Jeremy Renner, which was really cool. And a couple other people that were in Law and Order we recognized.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Speaking of Law and Order, I think that Poker Face show that Ryan Johnson did, you would like. Benjamin Bratt's in it.
It's on our list. We are going to jump into Poker Face. Like once we finish Buffy and Angel, Poker Face is on my list on Peacock. So yeah, I heard good things.
Yeah, Glass Onion's not bad either. The movie on Netflix. Well, you don't have Netflix, but
we saw Glass Onion. We talked about it on the show.
All right, okay, good.
We literally
she pops up in that. That's why it made me think about Glass Onion.
Yeah. And other than that, nothing else. Same old. Enjoying the warm weather, getting ready for we have D&D April 1st, which is crazy to think that's like in 2 weekends from now. Or this month flew by. Mando, I mean, I feel like we should jump into Mando.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're episode 3. I didn't watch 4 yet. And I thought 3 was good. It was enjoyable. I like how the fact that now the age old saying, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies," is now canon.
Yeah,
Come to the dark side.
we have biscuits.
We have biscuits.
Travel biscuits.
It was a good episode. It was enjoyable. I think I liked more of the Mando stuff in the beginning and the ending. It was interesting, that story.
Well,
I don't know if I care about knowing how the Emperor was cloned. So I like the story for what it was, but I just don't care. It's my least favorite part of this. Like, I know they're trying to make that movie work. And I know
it's like,
Filoni,
and then now it's like watching that last episode. Like, I had talked to you about Bad Batch and what I thought they were doing in Bad Batch, and now it's all making sense because they're literally connecting. Bad Batch takes place after Clone Wars and after the whole like dissolving of the clone soldiers and like replacing them with stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And I think where they're going in that is partially going to lead into what they're doing in Mando a little bit. As like, I think like the thing they're doing in Clone Wars is they're going to somehow, I don't know if this is true, I don't remember from canon what is what, but I think they're trying to turn the clones possibly into his guard, like the red suit guards that stand outside everything. We see them all the time.
Yeah.
In Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but
or it's the beginning of them trying to just figure out the cloning.
Yes,
stuff.
It's the cloning stuff, because the guy, she basically used him to get this stuff off the ship, because he's like, oh yeah, this is the stuff I need to get this.
Well, no, from
back.
Bad Batch I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm talking about the episode.
Yeah, and Mando, they're definitely doing the clone thing.
They're planting the seed of how the Emperor, or how they decided to use this technology to maybe have the Emperor come back. In the whole Snoke thing, because we saw that Snoke was a clone of multiple Snokes, because we saw one in a jar.
I think that's I think the Mando thing of it is them establishing how the First Order came about.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's about in Mando. I think in Bad Batch, though, I think they're going to be talking about this cloning of the Emperor. And the one, like that planet at the end of the last movie where all the Empire's ships are like embedded in the planet.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're setting up in Bad Batch. Yeah, Exegol. And then I think Mando is setting up how the birth of the First Order.
Yeah.
So I think they're two different stories, but basically the same kind of thought process.
No, you watch episode 4, but I'm like, I left episode 3, and as much as I love Mando, and it's like one of my favorite things in Star Wars right now, I'm still like, what is the story? Every time I think I know the story, we wrap it up in the next episode. And leaving episode 3, I was like, what? I have nothing to grasp on. What is the thing that's moving? I mean, we're literally entering the middle of the season, believe it or not, because it's only 8 episodes. We're literally going into episode 4, which came out today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the story this year? And it's bugging me. And maybe you can clarify, because I feel like we're just kind of, this is really reminiscent of Mythic Quest season 3.
Yes.
I know, I don't think you watched it yet.
I've watched it. Yeah. I'm almost through the season, but it's very much a slow burn. It's not a
season 3. They just hang around for a season, and it's like building blocks, because they're coming back for season 4 to end the show.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like this season of Mando, I feel like we're just kind of floating around, and and I love the world, I love the characters, so I'm not complaining. I just want to know what's the meats? What am I, what's the story here?
I don't want to tell you too much because you haven't seen this episode yet.
Well, does episode 4 give us momentum towards something?
It gives you a direction, but doesn't give you any like thoughts on what the end goal of this season is.
Because I feel like
It furthers the story, but doesn't like you're like it's a Mando heavy story. This episode, so
it's very like Mando needs to do this. Check, did it. Mando needs to do that. Check, did it. It's
the
just
thing
like,
with this. The thing with this season is,
very
to me, it's less reliant on Mando's story as opposed to Bo-Katan's story.
That's what it seems to be, the Bo-Katan story.
Yeah.
So
they couldn't call it Book of Bo-Katan because that's already been taken. So,
well, thank God.
But I think it's like Mando's, in his sense, he's in a place where he wants to be. And I think that this season is like him thinking he's found a safe space to like raise Grogu and do the whole thing and everything like that. And I think it's gonna end on them being in peril of some sort.
Well, of course. You have the pirates that were introduced episode 1.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
If they've come back or not. But I will definitely be watching the next episode today. I know it's a shorter one. But as long as it moves the story forward, where I have a clue of what
I just don't like another thing with episode 3 is I don't understand why we needed to get that story.
Well, that's a good question.
Because who is that? Who does that character, the double agent character?
She was
what is her end game kind of thing?
She's from season 1. She was.
Yeah, I know, but she was on Moff Gideon's ship.
Yeah.
Last season.
There's a good chance that Moff Gideon could have escaped. I mean,
but then again, it's like if that'd be more of a story. I think that'd be a bigger thing if that was the case. And why would she be a random person on his ship? Like she basically mind erased that doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, because they said when they put him in the mind flare, they said it's only going to get rid of some of your memories, the ones we choose. Also, it could come back. So she cranked it. So she doesn't want him to remember anything that happened.
Yeah.
Because she basically wanted what his all that stuff. And I think I want to believe she's working with Moff Gideon or someone else, that there's a bigger bad that wants this.
Well, that's why I think we're going to get Thrawn by the end of the season somehow. Like not even to the point where we're going to get like a full on thing, like very much in the case of like Thanos in the last scene of that one. I can't remember which movie it was where he puts on the gauntlet, that kind of thing.
I hope they don't do that because it seems so long. When I feel like if we're gonna get Thrawn's been mentioned once. And Ahsoka's next, right? So if they do somehow tie in Thrawn at the end of this, that could bridge the gap to take us to Ahsoka. Her show, right?
Yeah.
And if this is a whole world they're building upon, that makes some sense. So maybe you're right in the sense that we're going to have a story end with Mando season 3, but the pickup might be in Ahsoka. I don't know. It's a theory.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see where this season goes. Like I said, I just feel like we're kind of like, it's just quick little quests that we're just checking off each episode, which I'm fine with. But I just want to know. Usually we had an overarching theme. Either it was find Grogu, get Grogu to point B. No, do we make a mistake? Then Grogu has to go for training, get Grogu back. Now what? Now what is our main objective? It just seems like small objectives right now.
There's
But
like there's a big thing in this episode that I can't say anything about, so I can't say anything to you.
all right, all right. Well, I'll watch it this afternoon.
You're gonna, yeah, it's gonna explain Grogu in this episode, like what the Grogu story is. I
All
think.
right. Okay. All right. I will text you after I watch it. Then.
Yes. Yes. We can
Episode
discuss
3
on Monday.
All right. For me, or Tuesday, right? We're gonna be in the studio Tuesday.
Yeah, whichever day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, episode 3 for me, I think so far I've given them all 8s. It's another 8 for me.
Yeah.
I did enjoy, honestly, I really did enjoy that story, though. I think it was interesting. I think it was well done. But I really loved the Mando dogfight in the beginning, which I thought was awesome, and I love the ending part. So it kind of felt like you said, why did we need that? We don't know yet. So I feel like the payoff hasn't happened.
It's one of those weird things. Like as I'm watching, I'm like, there's got to be a reason for the story. This doesn't make sense. Why this is just thrown in here? Why do we bring this random character back just to erase his brain?
It wasn't only to erase his brain, Mark, because she needed that. She needed that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, what she could have just got it herself.
I don't think she knew what she needed. She needed him to grab the proper equipment, and then she was like, "Okay, I got." Because right after that, that's when it turned.
Yeah, but she turned him into the government, and the government took all the stuff back. Like she doesn't have it.
Oh, that's her. I mean, she was embedded. She wasn't really part of that group. That's
what I'm saying. Like she's like part of the New Republic.
Yeah.
So she could have gotten that stuff right off if it was a New Republic thing that she was working on. Like she could have got the stuff off that ship.
But what I'm saying is he knew the cloning stuff, and I think she used him to get the proper stuff off. She doesn't know, that's not her job. She's not a cloner. You know what I'm saying? I know,
but I'm saying, but if they were scrapping those ships anyways, they could just scrap this stuff off that ship, and they would have been able to figure out what they needed.
Well,
have the guy just tell you what like equipment they need, and then just tell them, okay, hey, we need this, this, and this. So I don't think it has anything to do with that. That's why I think that's the red herring. I don't think it has anything to do with that whatsoever. I think it was just
they wasted our time. I mean, that was a big
no, because I think there's something else going on with her. And I think there's got to be another story about that doctor. Like something's going to come up with that doctor. Like he ends up, something happens to him besides the mind flare.
I was about to say he got mind flared. That's what happened to him.
He got mind flared. So whatever comes after that is going to be something. Like he's going to either be a good guy or a bad guy based off of that mind flare.
He was on the bad side, and then
he was, but he wasn't even like in the Empire though. He was just like a random doctor for hire thing in that in the first season.
But cloning, if you go back to that first season, he was the doctor that he knew all. He was using cloning, and then if you listen to his speech in the beginning of the episode, he's talking about how it was being used for the wrong purposes.
Yeah. He was like medically cloned, like medical cloning, like for body parts and stuff.
Then you can see that he was kind of reformed.
Yeah.
He wanted to be on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Then he meets the other people in the little area. He meets her. He doesn't know who she is. She basically turns on him. She gets the equipment that she needs, and she wipes his memory because he's the only one. He would be the key. If she didn't wipe his memory, he would know what she took and who she is. Like she's just like, F you, you're not gonna get me. I'm covering my tracks. I'm covering my tracks.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll lead to something. We'll find out.
Well, yeah.
This is the one show that I don't like. Usually we would be like, oh, where is this going? I don't understand. Why are we watching this? This is the one show where I know it's going to solve itself. I know it's going to be a fine. I know it's going to be great. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, it's still fun to talk about.
No, I know, but you know what I mean? Like usually these shows, like we'd be at this point, if this was any other show besides Mandalorian, 4 episodes in, we don't really have a direction. We're kind of just floating. There's not been like the big bad hasn't been unveiled. We don't really have like what the end goal of this season is. It's all kind of a lot of exposition kind of stuff. We'd be like, okay, let's get to the point here. Like, why are we still having to sit through this? Why am I watching this?
Well, I'm still
Not get
kind
the
of
story.
like, get to the point here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we give it more slack because it's Mando.
Well, it has goodwill behind it. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like I mean, I know we disagree on this, but Book of Boba Fett just didn't do it for me until Mando showed up.
Well, you have a man crush on Mando, so that's why.
Well, no, I think they just neutered Boba Fett. They just made him a big wuss. I
don't understand why you think
Mando
that. He took over the whole planet Tatooine.
Mando is more of a kick ass character now than Boba Fett is.
He's also probably like 30 years younger than Boba Fett is at this point.
That's not the point. I think they just, I don't know. I think it was just a bad story.
Boba Fett's an old man.
It was just kind of a ho-hum story. Like, he got outshined on his own show by another character.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we did see. It already happened. I mean, Boba Fett is just kind of now. I mean, Mando's, I think, is just the better
for you,
character.
not everybody.
For me.
Yes.
Yes. I just can't. That's how I felt. I just was like, I was really hoping for something more.
Yeah.
But
Mando's
also,
episode 3, yes, I'll give it like an 8.5 because I do like that story, that side story with the doctor, the intrigue of it, and the what's going on there part of it interests me. This episode today that came out, you've probably already seen it, unless you're Brian and you wait until whenever, and they'll come up with some reason why he can't watch it, but whatever. Just like he can't shave his beard because that takes so much time.
It just came out this morning, Mark.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see your response to this episode that just came out today.
We'll be talking about
Say no more.
We'll save it for next week anyway.
Yes.
All right.
Well, like we talked about on Sunday, we saw the Dungeons & Dragons movie.
Yes. Let's talk about it.
It was an actual Chris Pine movie where he was interesting, which has been a tough thing. We haven't seen that lately.
I mean,
Wonder Woman 84.
Well, he didn't write it.
I know.
Yeah. So we got to go. The two people I thought it was a shame that Hutzel couldn't make it and Bobby couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But we got the whole gang there. You, me, Rocky, John, Mike, Alex, and we had a great time. It was a 2:00 sneak preview.
Yes.
So
it was cool. There's a lot of other, you could tell a lot of other groups that play together that were there.
Packed house.
Yeah.
Man, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fantastic. Overall, I walked in, like, I heard good things, and I heard some good stuff online, and then, man, I was I loved the humor. I thought the fight scenes were fantastic. I thought it was a fun movie, enjoyable. Yeah, that's my overall reaction, Mark. What's your overall reaction?
It was. I want to see it again because Sunday I was not feeling that great. I kind of had a stomach bug going on or something because I was just not feeling totally 100%. So during the middle of the movie, I got kind of sleepy. Not from the movie, just from not feeling well and just being in a dark room and everything. It was good. It was, like you said, it was enjoyable. I wasn't a huge fan of the Hugh Grant character.
Are you not supposed to be? He's a bad guy.
No, but I mean, like, just Hugh Grant's acting. I don't know. I think I'm burnt out on it or just over it. I don't find him.
How many Hugh Grant things are you watching that you're burnt out on?
No, I just don't like. It's the same. He's the same person every movie. It's like there's no real acting there. It's just Hugh Grant just doing Hugh Grant, basically.
Okay, if you feel that way.
So, but whatever. I enjoy being a person who's like plays D&D, but is not like super knowledgeable about all the different creatures and things in D&D.
Yeah, but I still got references.
No, I know. I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
I still enjoyed it. I think if I knew more, I would enjoy more because there was some things that they did like in between conversations where they showed like cutscene things of different creatures, like the creatures that were fighting each other on the thing and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
just
But I
fun
think
little
there's
creatures.
like small stuff, but I mean it was just little things where I think I would, if I'd known more about D&D, I would have gotten some of the references and things.
I would argue against that you could take the family to this movie without
Oh
any
no, I'm
knowledge of
saying you could do
DVD
that too.
and
I'm just
have a
saying it's
fun
either
time.
that's the thing about it, is that you could be a layman like us that we play D&D but don't really know a lot about what's going on. We have the general knowledge and we enjoyed it. And I could see John, who knows everything verbatim, backwards, forwards, and sideways, and Dumont, who knows the same thing, also enjoy it. So I think I'm saying it covers that whole spectrum. It's like you don't have to be a Dungeons and Dragons player or into Dungeons and Dragons to see this movie.
No,
It's a fun adventure fantasy movie that just happens to also have Dungeons and Dragons as the covering for it.
I think it could get people to play it because I think it was that fun.
Yeah.
Also, a part of me wished we had seen it the day we were playing because afterwards I wanted all us to go and play.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sorry to interject like that.
Yeah. But it was good though. I did enjoy it. I liked the story was really good. I had like a bunch I was thinking all of a sudden, then you jumped in and I lost it all.
Well, we're gonna go into it now. So if you want, that was just our general feeling over it.
Go see it. That's the general consensus. Go see it.
Yeah.
See it for yourself. But I think even if you're not a dungeon, like we are saying, if you're not into Dungeons and Dragons, I think it's still a fun family movie that you could all go see and everyone will enjoy.
Yeah. And
the comedy was good. There was good comedy in it. The stories was fun.
The characters were great. I even got, obviously, I don't want to spoil anything because the movie hasn't even come out officially yet.
Yes.
I even got a little teary-eyed in one part. I actually got choked up a little bit.
Family?
Huh?
For the family?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to ruin it. I mean, it got me a little bit, and overall, I just love the movie. I don't know. I want to see it again.
It is tough for me, I will say. It's tough for me to not associate Michelle Rodriguez with anything but Fast and Furious at this point.
She was great. She was awesome.
It's very much you're just waiting for like Dom to show up or to be a barbecue and she's like racing a car around a corner or something.
Right, yeah.
Buddy.
I thought she was great. Chris Pine was awesome. The girl from It, I can't think of her name. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she was really good.
The whole cast, the whole cast was fantastic.
I mean, Hugh Grant was here.
I'm hoping we will get a sequel with this.
Paladin was one of my favorite characters.
Yes. Yeah.
He's very, very much as if he is what I think John Francie would be like as a player of D&D.
Yeah.
Just come in and be like, here's how we're going to do this. This is exactly how it's done. Thank you. And just move on to the next thing. Very straightforward.
Yeah, he was good.
He's gonna walk around that stone? Nope. He's just gonna walk right over it.
Yeah, that was good. Don't ruin it for people.
But that's like one of my favorite parts of it. That was what I favorite.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of fun. And I hope it does well. I think it will. I think word of mouth because of this preview has been very positive.
Yeah. Well, even just the one scene, like the thing that encapsulated it for me was in the trailer, but the scene where the wizard and they're at the bridge and the wizard steps on the stone and collapses the bridge. My instant thought was, that's Bryan playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not me. That's any of us.
That's
You know what I
you.
thought about?
You
No,
playing
I
Dungeons and
thought
Dragons. That's you in a nutshell.
no, no. You know what I thought about? I'll
What's
tell you
this
what I
do?
thought. I thought about how we were sitting there arguing about what we should do, and Dumont writes a letter to our DM and just does the thing. And
Yeah.
we're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
Well, that too.
So,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Like it really kind of took the bitter taste I had from Ant-Man out of my mouth.
Mm.
Like I kind of wish Ant-Man was that fun that third outing, you know? And as
It
much
was
as
fun. I think you put way too much on it. I don't know why, but for
I
some
know
reason you're really
Ant-Man was like I just in and out. I just wasn't. It was okay. It was just, you know what Ant-Man was? It was empty calories, is what it was. Dungeons and Dragons. It was a good, fun, 3-course meal that I will remember, and I'm excited for more of. But yeah, it was great, and like I said, I don't. Let's not spoil anything. I give it a 9 out of 10 from me in the old Geekonomics rating. Like I said, I think people should go see it when it comes out the week of April 1st.
yeah.
Marcus, what are you going to give a Dungeons and Dragons? I'm giving it a 9. I know you weren't paying attention.
I
I'm
was.
right.
I heard you. I'm gonna give Dungeons and Dragons 8. It wasn't. It was like a B. It was like a B plus movie. It wasn't like fantastic. It's not like up there with any of the best movies I've seen, but it was good. It was fun.
What are you giving it? You
An
said
8.
All right.
8.5. I'll say 8.5.
What's with you in the 0.5s?
Well, I don't want to be mean.
How's that 8 is not mean?
No, but 8.5 is better. Like I said, B plus. B's. Now who's distracted, not paying attention?
No, I'm writing this. I'm keeping track of all our ratings for the year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were doing that.
Yeah.
Of movies, not of everything, because that'd be way too many things.
Oh no, movies and movies and shows.
Yeah, but like shows as a complete, not as an individual episodes.
Yes.
That's way too much.
Yeah.
So what is our top ranked movie so far this year? As we're almost to the end of March.
Things that we rated together.
Yes.
For movies.
There has been many.
There hasn't. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah.
You gave it an 8. I gave it a 7.
Okay.
Um.
Yeah, I'd say this is about that same level for me. Dungeons and Dragons.
I think it was way better. And Dungeons and Dragons, you give it a 8.5. I give it a 9.
Yeah.
The only 2 movies we've seen together.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
I mean, I have other movies I've seen, but yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons is the highest rated movie for me, and it is actually the highest rated movie for you.
Yeah.
But
it's early still. There's a lot to come.
Yeah. I mean, as of now, I would say the Dungeons and Dragons movie would probably, depends on how this year shakes up. It could be my top 10 for the year. It could be my top 10. That's how much I loved it.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, I want to see it again because I really wasn't feeling that great. So I might have a different impression when I'm feeling better. And I actually can concentrate on it more.
Well, stop getting sick.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, maybe it was all that popcorn you were eating.
No, I was sick before that. I woke up not feeling good.
Oh, Mark. I think the next movie might be Guardians in May.
No,
I think that might be the
not
next
that far
thing.
away. Can it be?
Yeah, we're a month away because it's good. I think it's the first weekend of May. Usually is. So we have April, and I think Guardians might be like
That's good.
May
Yeah,
5th
more
or
likely.
something.
Yeah, it's early May. That's right. Yeah, so probably like end of April for us, kind of, or like yeah.
Actually, it might be May 4th, which would be your wedding anniversary.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I'm actually gonna look it up.
That's a problem if it is.
Well, that's a Thursday.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't mean I can just disappear for my wedding anniversary to go watch a movie with you guys.
May
Sorry,
5th.
hon. I
May
gotta
5th.
go hang out with the guys to go see Guardian.
Yeah, I know.
Happy anniversary.
Comes out May 5th. Well, we could go maybe Saturday or Sunday, or we can go Thursday night.
Yeah, we could.
That is probably the one Marvel movie I am so hyped for. That's the big one for me. But anyway, I think today's show is a quick one. And next week we're gonna be back on Tuesday live. We're gonna be in the studio together, side by side.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
Mark.
It's gonna be fun. I got like I have some little things that I'm gonna do on the set. So we're gonna dress it up, make it a little fancy looking. I got some ideas. We'll see if it all works out. Might not, but we'll see what happens.
Well, do you have the set? You have the set already, right?
Well, I mean, I have like the sets built, but it's not like decorated. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the chairs and the table are there, and the microphones.
I have to work that day, so I can't be there forever. So
I know.
What time do we play recording that day?
Yeah, usual time.
10:30, 11?
Yeah, usual time.
Yeah. If I'm picking up Josh for 10.
Yeah. This is all stuff we don't get to talk about on the show.
Yeah,
we can all talk about this.
People want to know. They all want to.
They don't want to know. No one wants to know. People wanted to see you without a beard today, but that didn't work out. So you don't
I'm gonna shave today. I'm shaving
excuses.
Today. I'm shaving today.
Too busy to shave. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I had a doctor's appointment today, Mark.
Yeah, today. You had like the whole week to shave.
Well, I'll tell you on air why I've been busy. Monday, well, this happened Sunday. Our cat Buddy is not doing well. So Monday, he has to go to the vet next Tuesday and be dropped off for X-rays and scans and stuff. But this past weekend, he's eating and his mouth has been bothering. So I called up on Saturday and they're like, you can bring him in Monday first thing. So brought him in first thing. He's got something going on with his tooth. There's some blood in there.
Yeah.
They gave him antibiotics, but we have to put this medication in his mouth every 8 to 12 hours. Let's just say it's not a very fun thing to do for a cat.
Well, yeah, just grabbing a cat alone is not the funnest thing.
And now that he knows we have to do this, it makes it even harder because he hides and he's pissed off.
Yeah.
So that happened on Monday. And then yesterday, I had to go bring the car to get all the stuff done. And that took an hour and a half. And then I had to go straight to work. Today, I had a doctor's appointment with the GI doctor.
Yeah.
I am going to be getting a colonoscopy May 17th. Yes, it's exciting. I've had GI problems for many, many, many years. And
as if you're fans of us, you've heard many times.
My wife said, Brian, you need to see a doctor. So I was like, okay.
I have doubt in that nice, calm way she said it too.
No, she's just like, I'm sick of you. Make the appointment. I'll do it for you if you don't.
Make sure there's nothing crawling in there.
So that's what I did this morning. Went to the GI doctor.
Yeah.
And told them all my embarrassing things.
Yeah.
and I have a colonoscopy I get to do May 17th. I'll
Nice.
live stream it on Facebook.
Nice.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Very special episode of Blossom.
Yeah. So then I got home, had to deal with the cat. Then I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. And I got back and I was starving, so I made myself a quick lunch. So this is why I
All this does not explain how long does it take you to
have-
shave your face?
This is a good half an hour, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have found a half an hour in your whole time. You could have done it before you went to bed one night.
Today is the day.
Could have done it like, last Thursday, Friday.
Well, I had to do it
After you got back from
after
the movie on Sunday.
Sunday. I recorded a podcast at 6:00, so no, I didn't have time.
See, too busy Twin Peak unwrapping.
So many things going on.
I thought that show stopped. I thought you guys were ending that show. What happened?
We record one a month.
Oh,
and actually, it wasn't. It was a crossover podcast with a couple other people, and
crossover podcast, fancy.
Yeah, we talked about The Last of Us season 1 because we actually talked about Last of Us Part 2 when that dropped, and I released it on our channel. They released it on their channels.
Yeah.
So we actually reconvened the same people, and we had a nice 2-hour discussion about it. So
yeah,
the person's editing it, and it's going to be dropped on the Twin Peaks Unwrapped feed. And if you're fine with it, I'll probably drop it on our feed.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't mention the show or anything, but that's fine.
I do.
This show?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We start off, and everybody introduces themselves and what shows they're on, and I say Twin Peaks Unwrapped and Geekonomics podcast.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you thought you were just out there gallivanting around with your other podcast husband and ignoring that you exist over here.
Mark, don't worry. You come first, baby. You come first. Don't get jealous of all of the other podcast boyfriends I have. But anyway.
Speaking of which, randomly, of Bryon and I's stupidity, if you're ever looking for something to lighten the monotony of your days, I was cruising through the YouTube the other day, and because I'd gotten an email from YouTube asking if we haven't updated our Equilibrium TV account in a long time. And I was like, well, yeah, 10 years ago was the last time we put anything on there. So surprised you still let us have an account.
Yeah.
There is an episode that we did called B-Sides and Rarities.
Yeah.
And there's a good chunk of Bryon and I just acting the fool in that episode that is well worth the watch. And it cracks me up every single time.
We were in front of a wall. That's when we were going to do these wall intros. I couldn't stop laughing.
We're in front of the soundproof wall in the studio.
Dying. Jill was doing camera, I think.
I think Sandy was there too. I think I heard Sandy in there. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good
time. Yeah.
Oh, fun time.
Yeah.
And I got memories on Facebook when we had our big mustache off. And I had the mustache.
I was just talking to Claire and and her family about on Saturday at the niece's birthday party, because I told them that you were getting you were going to shave your beard, and then the story started going on, and I was like, yeah, we used to do and they were like, oh, when was the last time you shaved to down to bare skin? I was like, probably after our last mustache off, or the mustache challenge, as I like to call it.
It was Mustachio March. Remember in March of 1 year?
I think it was a couple years we did it.
It was one.
It felt like a couple.
Because you hated it. I
hate having a mustache.
You had the mustache for a day or two. Me and John I had mine for a full month. We all had our mustaches.
Yeah.
We looked like,
Look like a bunch of weirdos.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. Porn stars. Really bad porn stars.
Yeah. John had
D-list
one.
porn stars.
Yeah, I had one. You had one. Hutzel had
Hutzel?
one.
That's
We
why I was
took
saying, I think we did 2 years because I think first year is just you and I did it. Then the second year we included Hutzel and Francia.
Well, and then we were
'Cause we
making.
challenged each other. We like did it back and forth. We had like we sent each other memes all over Facebook.
Yeah. We had. I remember I made one.
It
It's
was
like
like Taylor Swift or something.
women riding mustache rides.
Yes. Yeah. Random things.
Oh my
terrible.
god, it was so good. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days. But no, the crazy
Um,
thing to think about was that show that we did. The last one I think was like 2010.
Of what?
Equilibrium TV.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because like we kind of petered out. I mean,
Well, the scene petered out. We didn't peter out. There was no bands to film and nowhere to film them.
yeah. But I mean, we had some good times. Bowling
Yeah.
for Soup was probably one of the best.
No, it's Shiny Toy Guns twice. Those are awesome.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Every GB show we filmed basically.
Was the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. That was
Yeah,
a
those
good
are always
time.
good. CBGBs was a good
That
time.
was the best because
Yeah.
it's closed now.
That's what started the whole show.
Yeah, I know.
Let's filming those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the times. Those good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back memory lane, huh? You watch all
Yeah.
those.
Now all those random acts are rekindling themselves in different forms and are reappearing again.
Yeah, isn't Feeney still?
No,
around?
it's a different name now. Different name. Something Jane.
Oh no, the real Jacqueline or something.
Yeah, Real Jacqueline. That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cahill
Um,
has DC Wolves.
yeah, they're doing real good.
Yeah. Mike has his own new thing now, Forevermore, that he's doing. They're gonna be releasing an album soon.
Wow,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So stay tuned. I have some. I'll be talking to Brian about something in the near future that I might be working on in the background.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we should wrap it up.
We should. We should.
Now we're petering out here.
We are. We're just stretching it out here.
All right. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, first live episode. Not live, like we're not going to be live, but live in person.
We should
Brian
try to
and
go
I
live on YouTube, our YouTube channel.
Let's not do that.
Why not?
Because that's just small steps here, son.
I thought you could go live with from the studio.
We can go live on Facebook. Just I don't trust you live.
I'll behave.
Go on YouTube and watch that video and see how well you behave.
What video?
That B-Sides and Rarities video.
That was so you're basing that off of us now?
No, it just proves that you've never been able to do any. You're a loose cannon, my friend.
Oh my god. We could go live on YouTube, our YouTube
We'll
channel or Facebook. That'd be so
We'll see.
cool.
We'll see.
And then the show would be instantly posted.
Yeah. We'll see.
Think we should?
We'll discuss it some more off there.
All right, let's get
All
out
right.
of here.
All right.
Okay.
As always, be safe, be well, be kind.
And rewind them tapes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.